I first escaped North Korea in 2008 and the second time in 2011.
Second time? How did that happen?
So I wanted to go back because like escaping North Korea is just too easy, you know? So, yeah.
What is that? I've heard the opposite.
Pretty good, how are you?
This is cool. Are you
Oh, thank you.
content?
I'm Charles, what's your name?
I'm Jack.
Nice to meet you, Jack.
Nice to meet you.
Here you go, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm actually from North Korea. I was
Really?
born and raised in North Korea.
You just told us.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing about Kim Jong-un? If you know who that is.
I do know who that is.
Alrighty then.
I always, well, I don't know if this is right. I laughed because I remember being on Twitter and when they came out with that movie in like
The interview?
2017. The interview.
The interview, yeah.
I remember
yeah.
that he like was gonna launch some missiles.
I know.
They got pretty upset. So.
Yeah. They're gonna launch missiles at like the theaters if
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
released in the theaters.
So I remember that being big on Twitter.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. It has been a yeah.
You asked my favorite thing about Kim Jong-un?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm not
Sorry.
educated
You don't have to
enough.
answer.
I was gonna say I'm not
Okay.
educated enough. Like honestly, I haven't heard a ton of great things.
I know.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if there was a, I mean, Kim Jong Un is just it's a dictator, right? He's not doing the right
Yeah.
things. Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
So
So you were born in North Korea.
I was born and raised in North Korea.
Okay.
I first escaped North Korea in 2008
Yeah.
when I was 14. And the second time in 2011, August of 2011.
Second time? How did that happen?
So I wanted to go back because like escaping North Korea is just too easy, you know?
It's
so
too-
yeah.
What is that? I've heard the opposite.
So I had to prove to myself that I can do it again. No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say.
I'm kidding. I'm
that's
kidding.
good.
So I got captured and I was sent back to North Korea.
Yeah.
And I went to North Korean Defectors Detention Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a labor camp.
Like an internment.
Not an internment
quite,
camp, but it's like a labor camp.
Okay.
So in North Korea, there's like a 3 different type. Well, technically like 4 different types of like prison camps,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
the first one is called the Forced Labor Re-Educational Camp, which
Yeah.
is like a labor camp, so which is 6 months.
Yep.
And the second is the actual labor camp.
Yeah.
And that's 4 years. And then there's like a political prison camps.
Yep.
Where you will never get out, right? 3 generations of your family will never get out.
I was just about to ask because I'd heard about that and I didn't know if it was true. But
Oh, that
is
is
it true that I've heard stories where basically somebody tries to escape, they get caught, and like generations of their family.
Oh no! That's not true.
Okay,
That's not.
okay,
That
so
is not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's one of the misconceptions that people have
Sure.
about like North Korean defectors. But it could be true depending on who you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So if you're a high elite, right, who is defecting North Korea, North Korean regime will persecute your families, in threats, right? In threat of like to the defector, right? So it's like, hey, I'm gonna punish your family if you share anything about North Korean regime.
So is the
Right.
goal to have like a social construct of like you don't want to leave because your family's gonna have detriments?
No, you don't want to leave North Korea because North Korea is great. North Korea is the greatest country in the whole world.
Right.
Right? And anywhere else is starving and anywhere else
Right,
is
right.
worse than North Korea.
Yeah.
For example, America is an evil capitalistic world where
Yeah.
there are rampant with drugs, homelessness, and gun violences and gang
Sure.
violences. And look at us. We don't have any of those.
Yeah.
We're so great.
Yeah.
And look at South Korea. They're so poor that like the children needs to go on a street
Yeah.
and they have to shine American shoes for a living
Right.
and selling gums to just make ends meet.
Yeah.
Right? So we were taught that lies from such a young age,
Yeah.
right? And we were accepting of this, lies blindly. And we just like think of it as like, oh, so anywhere else is like this. Oh, anywhere else in the world, they can't really travel, from town to town
Yeah.
without getting a permission,
Interesting.
right? So,
Yeah.
so we thought that it was normal
Right.
to really, it's like ask for permission to, oh, can I visit my family
Yeah.
in other city because they're dying,
Yeah.
right? And it's only when I came to China that I realized like, hold up, wait a minute, this is not right. And I was like, what, you guys just do that? You know?
Just to ask, so when did it click for you? Or when did you start to have suspicions?
Yeah, so, I had my suspicions when I was in North Korea because I watched foreign medias, right? And again, like, you will go to prison for life, or you get killed in worst case if you were to watch foreign media in North Korea, right? But I did watch foreign medias when I was in North Korea, and while watching those, like Bad Boys 1, right, and like even like older Korean, South Korean, Korean dramas.
Sure.
And while watching those, like, the background, like people that are in the background look so free. So I was like, I have my suspicions, but when I first came to China, that's when it really clicked.
Yeah.
Right. And people in China, they were talking smack about, Kim Jong-il, because that was the leader when I was in North Korea. And then that's when I realized, like, oh wow, like lives are just dramatically different. And when I went back to North Korea, I was like, I can't live like this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, so I did try to escape North Korea again in 2011.
Is it true that, I mean, I've heard it's very difficult to escape. Is that true?
Yes. So I would say every 1 out of 1,000 makes it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and even right now, 2025 and 2026, I mean, ever since COVID happened, the number just like dramatically decreased.
Yeah.
And even 2025 and 2026, there were 0 escapees that made it to South Korea.
So for those who look to escape, how do you go about that?
Yeah, so when people think about North Korea, they usually think of nuclear warheads, authoritarianism, and the heartless dictator. I'm making content because I want everybody to think of North Korean people. They are ordinary people who don't know how much better life could be. If you want to help me be a voice for voiceless North Koreans, I would love for you to support me on Patreon, where you can get early access to full-length videos, all sorts of fun pictures, outtakes, and other exclusive videos. Thank you, and I hope to see you there.
So for those who look to escape, how do you go about that?
Yeah, so the majority of the people who are trying to escape or knows about escaping North Korea, there are all the people that are living in the border town.
Okay.
Right? Because when you are living in the border town, you have access to like the life in China. Like, I wouldn't say access, but you're aware of the life that are in China, right?
Right.
Because like fireworks every day, lights, everywhere, cars, like the smell of food just like coming across. So majority of the people that are resettled in South Korea, they're about 34,000, and they're from the border towns, right?
Sure.
And for people like me who are living deeper inside of North Korea, like it's tremendously risky, right?
Absolutely.
Trying to because you first have to get on the train to come to the border town, and the security is just absolutely bazongas, it's just like crazy.
Yeah.
And people who actually have families in South Korea, they can actually help their family escape by giving them money too, right? Or hiring a broker.
And am I right that, because it's the DMZ, that's what separates North and South Korea?
That's correct.
Right?
Yes, you're right.
So how do you move across? That through trucks? Is that like tunnels that go underneath?
Oh, so North Korean defectors generally don't escape across the DMZ.
Okay.
Because it's one of the most like heavily fortified military zone in the world. Landmines across like 3 to 6 miles, right? Heavily guarded. So they genuinely don't make it through there. They first go to China. They escape through China, and then from China, they go to Southeast Asia, and from Southeast Asia, they are then able to apply for a political asylum to South Korea or to the States. Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting. Had you been caught, what would have happened?
So if I were to be caught here and sent back, that would look very ugly. They would probably have me like force read some sort of like a propaganda of like, oh, I was curious. I went to America. Life was so bad, and I decided to come back, right? And then North Korea is just so great. Like the leadership is so great. And then they'll probably like put me in a political prison camp for life, or even worst case, they'll probably kill me. Yeah.
When you're there and they're talking about how great North Korea is, and you're with your family or friends or socially, can you tell when people don't believe it? You know what I'm saying?
Like, my friends. And
can you tell, like, you can kind of shoot them a look, and they're obviously saying one thing, but maybe they feel a different type of way?
Yeah.
Are you able to identify that?
I was actually with the group of friends that I was with, right? We're
Yeah.
doing all the bad things, right? Meaning like watching South Korean dramas,
right.
you know, all of those, and like they don't really believe the propaganda, but
Yeah.
you have to in a way, otherwise like your family's in danger, right?
Right.
Because the worst crime that you can commit in North Korea is to talk badly about the regime, right? So badly
Yeah.
about the regime
Yeah.
and also like go against their like ideology,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's the like I'm sure a lot of North Korean
Feel that
people
way?
now, right? Because like I escaped North Korea almost like what, 15 years ago.
Wow.
So I mean, you know, there is a saying like, you know, like the world like 10년이면 강산이 변한다. Sorry. If a decade passes, like the world will change.
Right.
You know. So I'm sure a lot of North Korean people now knows that they don't live in a good. They're not living the good life.
Yeah.
You know, but they're just afraid to speak up because of the persecution that they
Sure.
will face.
So do you feel like in your time there, right? Because you said you first left when you were 11?
I
14?
first, yeah, when I was 14,
14,
yeah,
okay.
and then I was captured and sent
So
back.
in your time there, like maybe 10 to 14 years old, could you feel that more people were becoming aware and you just think that trend has continued? Or is that just your guess just based off where the world's gone in the past decade,
Yeah.
you know?
So that, like when I think back, like I was just busy surviving.
Sure.
Like I wouldn't think of like what other people are thinking about the
Yeah.
regime. But like when I was watching foreign medias with my friends, like I could tell that they're all in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when we were watching like North Korean propaganda videos, like we're
Yeah.
just like bored, you know, just like whatever. But whenever we're watching like Bad Boys 1, for example, with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence,
Yeah.
like we're just like so hooked,
You're right,
And we're
yeah.
just like, whoa.
Yeah.
I wasn't really aware of like people are like believing or not when I was younger.
Yeah.
But when I definitely was captured and sent back to North Korea, and once like I had that for myself, like then I was able to like realize like, oh, so my friends are
Yeah.
not in it, but just too afraid to speak up. Like, and again, like we're encouraged to tell on other people.
Right.
Even your
Yeah.
friends, even your
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah, that's what I've
Right.
heard. Okay.
So if you were to say something wrong, like your kids can go to school.
Yeah.
And like tell on you, and therefore
They're
you will get
incentivized
in
to-
trouble.
Got
Yeah,
it.
incentivized
Yeah.
to tell on kids. So everything is very extremely monitored.
Sure.
Yeah.
What would you say the biggest misconception that most people walking on the street have about North
A
Korea?
great question. That North Korean people are like robots. North
Yeah.
Korean people are brainwashed, and sure, like a lot of North Korean propaganda evolves around the leaders, right?
Yeah.
And also the North Korean regime. And that's all we get to experience, right? That's all we see on the media and the news, and the most of the
Yeah.
like major newses, right? But if we were to focus on that and just like strip down North Korea to just the propaganda,
Yeah.
we miss the human reality behind it, right? So not all North Korean people, sure, they are brainwashed, but not all of them wants to go to war with America, or not all of them are just like mindless, brainwashed
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we're regular people that try to live life. So I'm trying to share that out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that because I believe in the grassroots movement, right?
Right. No, that's
So I think that's one of the, and also the question that you asked about when a North Korean defector defects North Korea,
Yeah.
are their entire 3 generations are gonna get
Right.
punished, right? And like people believe that like all of them, like it's like, oh yeah, for sure.
right.
But that's not.
It's not how it is.
It's not always the case. Yeah. In some cases, yeah, I know a friend who escaped North Korea. He's an elite, right?
Yeah.
And then his family were persecuted because of his escape. But like in the border town, people who escape, like I know a guy who escaped 9 times. All in his teen years, right? Because he was a young kid, orphan kid.
Yeah.
Just like swim across, get captured, brought back. Swim across, brought back. Swim across. I was like, yeah.
And so they're swimming across to China, and when you go through the asylum process there,
In China?
is
Oh.
that China where you seek asylum, or
No,
you
no,
go to
no.
China and then elsewhere to seek
Yeah,
asylum?
elsewhere.
Okay.
Chinese government captures North Korean
sends them
defector
back.
and sends them back to North Korea.
see.
Yeah.
So in your case, you escaped to China.
That's
is that
right,
And
that's right.
What'd you do next?
So my dad is Chinese.
Okay.
So I lived with my dad for about first time for about 9 months.
Yeah.
And then I got captured because Chinese citizen reported me to the authorities.
Okay.
They sent me back. Second time, my dad was able to find a South Korean broker who was
Okay.
able to eventually help me to get to Thailand.
Thailand,
And then in Thailand, I was able to apply for a political asylum to United Nations.
Wow.
And then United Nations flew me out to California.
Yeah.
Back in 2012. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Did you select where you went?
No.
just
They're
random,
yeah. I mean,
You ended up in a pretty nice place.
I know, right? I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it's the most beautiful country in the country. So I'm just
Yeah.
blessed, you know.
That's amazing.
I feel like I'm living the true American dreams now,
Good.
because I'm able to speak perfect English,
It's
And some
amazing.
people say I'm the CIA plant because I
Oh,
speak too
yeah.
perfect English. I have my family, I have my job, I do, this kind of things, to raise awareness of what's happening back home,
Totally.
so my life is good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
That's awesome. What would you say your number one? What should be my number one takeaway from our conversation?
That North Korean people are just like you and me.
Yeah.
It's just regular people, funny, silly,
Yeah.
and outgoing, that's a really, really good question that nobody asked me. So thank you, Jack.
Of course, yeah. Thank you.
The North Korean people are just like you and I,
Yeah.
and if given opportunities, they're gonna do amazing things.
Yeah.
It's like people who don't have opportunities that, it's just like,
Yeah.
imagine in South Korea, born 30 miles difference. It means 3 miles difference.
Mm-hmm.
You live a pretty awful life,
Yeah.
But despite that, North Korean people are trying to make it.
Totally.
Trying to live and trying to be, optimistic about life. Just like you and I.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I talk with my family all the time, even being in America, how had we have lived one neighborhood over or one
Yeah.
state over,
Yeah.
gone to a different school, how different our life would have been. So I
Yeah,
can only
yeah,
imagine, right?
tremendous,
Not
yeah.
to trivialize it, but
No.
yeah, on your side of things, I can only imagine. That's incredible.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your-
So you've been a good sport and asked me a great questions and
Yeah.
and thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
So YouTube channel too. I have a YouTube channel and then
Absolutely.
I share I have an hour, 15-minute long story of how I escaped, and also my podcast is called Rubber Ducking Podcast, and it's about 30 hours
Okay.
from start to the end of my the Chronicles of Charles Fiu.
Yeah.
So if you're ever curious,
Absolutely.
there's
Yeah, I'll make sure to
details.
check it out.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care, brother. Take care.
Take care.
Appreciate it. I'll give you this back.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. You're back for more?
I was actually thinking about it, but we need more people like you
Thank
here
you.
in the States.
Yeah.
Because we got too many people who my age who think they're disenfranchised or they kind of give up, and it's like they have all the opportunity in the world. And you came from a place where there's not opportunity.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
You can be American regardless where you're from.
Exactly.
Right? And also at the same time, you have so much
Yeah.
opportunities and hope, right? Because
Exactly.
that's kind of the thing that I talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Hope is something that you must have, but it's
Yeah.
really difficult, in times
Absolutely.
of darkness. But yeah, and that's basically my story provides is
We need more people like you. I'm
Thank
serious,
you.
people who appreciate the American dream and go after it and are making the most out of it. So I'm highly impressed. I'm rooting for you.
yes.
That's right.